Welcome to Crafter Crew. Today, we're diving into the epic story of one of history's most legendary figures, Alexander the Great. In just over a decade, he conquered more land than anyone before him. But what drove him to become the ruler of a vast empire? Let's explore his remarkable journey. In 356 BC, under a sky marked by thunder and lightning, Alexander the Great was born in Pella, Macedonia, to King Philip II and Queen Olympias. Legend had it that on the night of his birth, the temple of Artemis in Ephesus was struck by lightning and burned to the ground, an omen signaling that Alexander's destiny would be something extraordinary. From a young age, Alexander showed signs of greatness. At just 12 years old, he tamed a wild horse named Bucephalus, a beast so unruly that no one else could ride him. But young Alexander, with patience and understanding, calmed the animal, and from that moment his father, King Philip, remarked, "My boy, Macedonia is too small for you. Seek a kingdom worthy of your ambition." By the time Alexander was 20, after the tragic assassination of his father, he ascended to the throne. He quickly proved himself as a brilliant strategist, and with his determination, he set out to conquer the known world. His first target was Persia, the largest empire at the time. In 334 BC, at the Battle of Granicus, Alexander's army, though vastly outnumbered, defeated the Persian forces in a lightning-fast strike, showing the world that he was not only brave, but a military genius. But this was just the beginning. Alexander's relentless pursuit continued across Asia, culminating in the decisive Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BC. Despite facing an army 10 times his own size, Alexander's tactics were flawless, and the Persians were routed. King Darius III of Persia fled the battlefield, marking the fall of the Persian Empire and the rise of Alexander's vast empire, which stretched from Greece to Egypt and into the heart of Asia. But Alexander wasn't just a conqueror. He was a visionary. In Egypt, he was hailed as a liberator and crowned pharaoh. He also founded the city of Alexandria, a beacon of culture, learning, and trade that would outlast his lifetime. His influence didn't end there. In a visit to the oracle of Ammonius at Siwa, the priest declared him the son of Zeus, further fueling Alexander's belief that he was destined for greatness. As his empire stretched eastward, he faced new challenges. In India, in 326 BC, he fought the Battle of the Hydaspes against King Porus, a formidable opponent with war elephants. Alexander, as always, used his brilliant tactics to outmaneuver Porus, winning the battle and earning the king's respect. But despite his success, Alexander's men, weary after years of fighting, began to long for home. At the banks of the Beas River, they refused to march any further, and for the first time, Alexander faced defeat, not in battle, but in his own camp, where his soldiers made it clear they would not continue the campaign. He was forced to turn back, knowing that he had reached the limits of his empire. Yet, despite this, Alexander's ambition never wavered. He returned to Babylon, dreaming of new conquests and the unification of East and West. However, in 323 BC, tragedy struck. At the age of 32, Alexander fell ill with a sudden fever that lasted for several days. Despite the best efforts of his doctors, he died after just 10 days of suffering. His death shocked the empire he had built, and it left many questions unanswered. His final words, when asked who would inherit his empire, were chilling. To the strongest, his generals, the Didachi, soon fought amongst themselves, dividing his empire into warring factions. Though Alexander died young, his impact on the world was immeasurable. He never lost a battle, and his ambition transformed the ancient world. The cities he founded, particularly Alexandria, became centers of culture and learning. His military innovations are still studied today. Yet, even in his final moments, Alexander's greatness was clear. His thirst for conquest was unrelenting, and in the end, the man who had never known defeat, who had stretched his empire from Greece to India, was brought low not by an enemy, but by fever and fate. Alexander the Great, the king who wept when there were no more worlds to conquer, left behind a legacy that would influence generations to come, shaping the course of history in ways he could never have imagined. Thanks for watching this incredible journey into the life of Alexander the Great. His story reminds us that true greatness comes not only from military victories, but from ambition and vision. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content like this. Join the Crafter crew, and let's craft more epic stories together. Until next time, keep conquering your own worlds.